Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. The Young and the Restless Tuesday, June 11 recap. Victor wants Adam running Newman Media, Nikki furious over punishment. The Young and the Restless, I&R spoilers recap for Tuesday, June 11, reveals that Lauren Baldwin, Tracy E. Bregman, will share a meal with Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, at Society, where they'll discuss Nikki's recent rehab stint and Jack Abbott's, Peter Bergman, decision to bow out as her sponsor. Nikki will suspect that was because of Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, but she'll admit Victor Newman, Eric Braden, didn't approve either. That said, Nikki will make it clear that she still intends to rely on Jack as a friend. Since Lauren won't be able to juggle her duties at Femmores and Newman Media indefinitely, Nikki will reveal that she wants Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinle, to take over running Newman Media, at least until Nikki's ready to come back. At Crimson Lights, Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, will give Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, updates on Connor Newman, Judah Mackey, before talk turns to a successful business deal. Victor will eventually summon Adam, Nick, and Victoria to the ranch on Tuesday's Y&R episode, so that'll lead to suspicions about what he's up to. Meanwhile, Michael Baldwin, Christian LeBlanc, and Cole Howard, J. Eddie Peck, will deal with suspicions of their own when it comes to Victor's rivalry with Jack, and how their new tasks tie in. However, Victor will insist Cole and Michael need to do what they're told since this is their chance at redemption. When Victoria arrives, she'll wonder what she just walked in on, but Victor will act like it was just a meeting about Jordan's, Colleen Zenk, security protocol. After Michael and Cole take off, they'll head to the GCC and discuss their new missions. Cole won't want to be part of Victor's vendetta against Jack, but Michael will imply that they have no choice. Although Michael will assume that more insidious orders could follow, he won't see the harm in Cole befriending Kyle Abbott, Michael Miller, like Victor asked. Michael will also plan to spend time with Diane and find out more info when it comes to Victor's scheme too. Later, Michael will meet with Lauren and offer news on being stuck in another Victor-related mess. After Michael talks about Victor's mindset, he'll add that there's reason to believe the war between Victor and Jack is about to reignite. At the ranch, Adam and Nick will join Victoria as they all wonder why Victor summoned them. Victor will once again push Victoria to return to Newman Enterprises, but that'll leave Adam wondering where he fits in. After Victor suggests Adam could be reinstated as Newman Media's CEO, Nick will express concern since it'll be obvious Victor hasn't discussed this with Nikki. Adam will complain since he's been getting along with Nick and doing well as a co-CEO at Newman Enterprises. Although Victor will act like this is a good thing, Adam will still feel like he's getting sidelined. Victoria will scoff over Adam playing the victim, but she'll agree with Nick about the company's stability and this not being the right time for her return. Since Victoria will still want to focus on her children right now, she'll delay her Newman Enterprises comeback. While Adam goes home and vents to Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, about being a pawn in Victor's game again, Victoria will join Cole at the athletic club and ask her out on a dinner date. Back at the ranch, Nikki will come home and try to sell Victor on the idea of Victoria filling in for her as Newman Media's CEO. Nick will like the sound of that, but Victor will think it's a terrible idea. When Nikki learns Victor wants to put Adam in that spot instead, she'll lash out since he'll get used to the power and won't want to give it up, unlike Victoria, who would step aside later. Nikki will mention Victor's displeasure over her wanting Jack as her sponsor twice, so she'll ask if he's punishing her for that. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Victor and Nikki's fight will escalate soon, so stick with us for more predictions on all their marriage drama. The morning sun bathed Genoa City in a warm, golden light, but for the Newmans, storm clouds were gathering. At the Newman ranch, the tension was palpable as Victor Newman paced the expansive living room. His mind was set, his decision made. Adam is the only one who can handle this, he muttered to himself, his gravelly voice echoing off the opulent walls adorned with family portraits. Victor's wife, Nikki Newman, entered the room, her eyes narrowing at the sight of her husband's restless pacing. "Victor," she called out, her tone a mix of concern and frustration. "What is this about Adam? What are you planning now?" Victor turned to face her, his expression steely and resolute. "Nikki, I've decided that Adam should run Newman Media. He's got the instincts, the ruthlessness needed for the job. It's time he steps up." Nikki's face flushed with anger. "Victor, have you lost your mind? After everything Adam has done, all the pain he's caused this family, you want to reward him with a position of power? What kind of message does that send to the rest of us, to Victoria, to Nicholas?" Victor's eyes flashed with a familiar fire. "Adam has made mistakes, yes, but he's also proven himself capable in ways the others haven't. This isn't about punishment or reward, Nikki. It's about what's best for the company." Nikki shook her head, unable to believe what she was hearing. "No, Victor. This is about your obsession with Adam, your need to control him, to mold him in your image. You're blind to the damage this could cause." Meanwhile, across town at Newman Media, Adam Newman sat in his sleek office, the city's skyline spread out before him like a kingdom. He leaned back in his chair, his mind racing. He knew Victor would call him any moment now. The old man was nothing if not predictable. As if on cue, Adam's phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen, seeing his father's name. With a resigned sigh, he answered, "Yes, Victor." Victor's voice was calm, but authoritative. "Adam, I need you to come to the ranch. We need to discuss your future at Newman Media." Adam's lips curled into a slight smirk. "I figured this was coming. I'll be there soon." Back at the ranch, Nikki had retreated to the kitchen, trying to calm her nerves with a cup of herbal tea. She could hear Victor's voice booming from the other room as he spoke to Adam, and it only fueled her anger. She loved Victor deeply, but his blind spot for Adam was infuriating. A short while later, Adam arrived at the ranch. As he walked into the living room, he was greeted by the sight of his father standing tall, a commanding presence even in his advanced years. Nikki stood off to the side, her arms crossed, her gaze icy. "Adam," Victor began, gesturing for his son to sit. "I've made a decision. I want you to take over Newman Media." Adam raised an eyebrow, his expression a mix of surprise and skepticism. "Why me, Victor? Why not Victoria or Nicholas?" Victor's eyes bore into Adam's. "Because you have what it takes. You have the killer instinct this company needs right now. Victoria is preoccupied with Newman Enterprises, and Nicholas, well, he's more interested in social causes than business." Adam leaned back, considering his father's words. He knew this was a power play, an attempt to pull him deeper into the Newman orbit. But it was also an opportunity, one he couldn't afford to pass up. Nikki stepped forward, unable to stay silent any longer. "Victor, this is madness. Adam is a wild card. He's caused so much trouble for this family, for this company. You can't just hand him the reins." Victor turned to Nikki, his expression softening slightly. "Nikki, I understand your concerns, but this is a calculated risk. Adam is part of this family, and it's time we bring him back into the fold." Adam watched the exchange, a flicker of something almost like gratitude crossing his face. Despite everything, despite all the animosity and betrayal, Victor still believed in him. It was a heady feeling. As the day wore on, word of Victor's decision spread through Genoa City like wildfire. At Newman Enterprises, Victoria Newman was in the middle of a meeting when she got the news. Her assistant, nervously clutching a tablet, whispered the update in her ear. Victoria's face hardened. "That can't be right. Are you sure?" The assistant nodded. "Yes, ma'am. It's confirmed. Victor wants Adam to run Newman Media." Victoria dismissed her assistant with a curt nod, her mind racing. This was a direct challenge, a power play that could shift the balance within the Newman empire. She needed to act, and quickly. Elsewhere, Nicholas Newman was at his charitable foundation when he received a call from Nikki. Her voice was strained, filled with anger and worry. "Nicholas, your father has lost his mind. He wants Adam to take over Newman Media."